Socrates, the founder of Western philosophy. Socrates, 469 BCE, 399 BCE, is widely regarded as one of the greatest philosophers in history and a pivotal figure in the development of Western philosophy. Born in Athens, Greece, he profoundly impacted the intellectual landscape of his time by shifting the focus of philosophy from natural phenomena to ethical and social issues. Although he left no written works, his ideas and methods were immortalized by his students, most notably Plato and Xenophon. Through his life, teachings, and even his death, Socrates exemplified the pursuit of truth and virtue. Life and historical context. Socrates was born during Athens' Golden Age, a period of political power, cultural flourishing, and philosophical exploration. He was the son of Sophroniscus, a sculptor, and Phaenarete, a midwife, which influenced his self-identification as an intellectual midwife. Despite his modest upbringing, Socrates exhibited a sharp intellect and insatiable curiosity that distinguished him from his contemporaries. Athens at the time was a vibrant democracy, but also a city marked by social tensions and political upheavals, particularly during and after the Peloponnesian War, 431 to 404 BCE. These conflicts and the eventual decline of Athens influenced Socrates' views on justice, morality, and governance. He engaged citizens from all walks of life, politicians, craftsmen, and youths alike, seeking to provoke deeper thinking and self-awareness. The Socratic method. The hallmark of Socrates' philosophy was his distinctive approach to inquiry, known as the Socratic method. This method involves posing a series of questions to stimulate critical thinking, expose contradictions, and guide interlocutors towards self-discovered truths. Rather than presenting answers, Socrates acted as a facilitator of learning, encouraging individuals to examine their beliefs and assumptions. The Socratic method is rooted in dialectical reasoning, where dialogue becomes a tool for uncovering deeper truths. For Socrates, knowledge was not a static possession but a dynamic process of inquiry. His famous analogy of himself as a gadfly likened his role in society to a persistent irritant that stirs a sluggish horse, Athenian society, into action. This relentless questioning made him both revered and reviled. Philosophy and teachings. Socrates' philosophy centered on the pursuit of virtue, arete, and the belief that true knowledge leads to moral behavior. He famously asserted that the unexamined life is not worth living, emphasizing the importance of self-reflection and ethical living. Unlike the sophists, who often taught rhetoric for personal gain, Socrates sought universal truths about justice, courage, and the good life. One of his core ideas was that no one willingly does wrong. Rather, wrongdoing stems from ignorance. He believed that understanding what is good naturally compels individuals to act virtuously. This belief in the unity of knowledge and virtue underpinned his moral philosophy and distinguished him from other thinkers of his time. Socrates also placed great importance on the soul, which he regarded as the essence of human existence. Caring for the soul through philosophical inquiry was, in his view, the highest duty of a person. This focus on internal moral development had a lasting influence on subsequent philosophical traditions. The trial and execution of Socrates. In 399 BCE, Socrates was brought to trial on charges of corrupting the youth of Athens and impiety, specifically introducing new deities and failing to honor the city's traditional gods. These accusations reflected broader societal anxieties in the wake of Athens' defeat in the Peloponnesian War and the perceived erosion of traditional values. During his trial, as recorded in Plato's Apology, Socrates delivered a bold and unapologetic defense. He argued that his philosophical mission was divinely inspired and essential for the moral health of Athens. He refused to pander to the jury or offer a plea for clemency, asserting that compromising his principles would be a greater injustice than death. Socrates was found guilty by a narrow margin and sentenced to death. Offered the chance to escape, he chose instead to abide by the law, even when it meant drinking a fatal dose of hemlock. His composure and philosophical discussions in his final moments, as described in Plato's Phaedo, underscored his commitment to the ideals he espoused throughout his life. Legacy and influence. The legacy of Socrates is immeasurable. His life and teachings inspired his students, particularly Plato, who carried Socratic philosophy forward and established the Academy, the first institution of higher learning in the Western world. Through Plato's dialogues, Socrates became a symbol of the philosophical quest for truth and justice. Socrates' influence extends beyond philosophy. His ideas shaped the development of ethics, epistemology, and political theory. The concept of questioning authority and seeking reasoned understanding resonates in various fields, including education, law, and civil rights movements. Figures such as Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. drew upon Socratic principles in their struggles for justice. Moreover, Socrates' emphasis on dialogue and critical inquiry remains a cornerstone of modern pedagogy and democratic discourse. The Socratic method is widely used in law schools and other educational contexts to foster analytical thinking and intellectual rigor. Relevance in contemporary times. Socrates' teachings are as relevant today as they were in ancient Athens. In an era of rapid technological change, social polarization, and ethical dilemmas, his call to examine life critically and prioritize virtue over material gain offers timeless guidance. His belief in the power of questioning to uncover truth challenges complacency and inspires individuals to engage thoughtfully with the world around them. The story of Socrates also serves as a powerful reminder of the tension between individual conscience and societal norms. His willingness to die for his principles exemplifies moral courage and the enduring value of standing by one's convictions. Conclusion. Socrates' life and philosophy illuminate the transformative power of inquiry and the pursuit of virtue. By challenging assumptions and encouraging critical thought, he laid the foundation for Western philosophy and set a standard for intellectual integrity. His enduring legacy continues to inspire and challenge humanity to seek wisdom, live authentically, and strive for the greater good.